Hey, it's Maxine. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you guys some of my favorite tips and tricks on how to get these easy glam curls for yourself at home. As a stylist, I've been a professional hairstylist for over 15 years. I've done hundreds, maybe thousands of clients, and I've curled so many different types of hair, and I just wanted to share some techniques and tips and tricks that I have learned over the years. I start off by blow drying my hair smooth after spraying it with a nice light heat protecting spray, and I'll list everything that I use down in the description box. If your hair is freshly blow dried, then I would definitely suggest giving it a couple of minutes to set before you take any type of an iron to it, because my hair holds a lot of humidity. So this is what I've learned with my hair and certain clients' hair. If their hair holds a lot of humidity, then after you blow dry it smooth, give it a couple of minutes just to allow the humidity to leave your hair, or you can use the cold setting on your blow dryer and just blast all the humidity out of your hair. Because what I find that if I don't do that and then I curl my hair, it'll just be like puffy kind of before I know it. So definitely get the humidity out of your hair in those ways before you start to curl it. But that tip is more for the summertime, because in the winter time, my hair definitely holds less humidity. So it's a little bit different in the winter, but especially in the summer, you want to do that trick. When it comes to the curling iron, you want to use the smaller the iron, the smaller the waves are going to be, and the bigger the iron, the bigger the waves are going to be. So just go with whatever you think. If you want really big, loose curls, almost like a blowout, then use a really big iron. I think my iron is about a 1-inch iron, so I like it because it's smaller and it gives me a nice small wave. But as you can see, it's not too small because I have long, heavy hair. But everybody's hair is different, so you just kind of got to test out to see what looks better on your hair. And it also just depends on what look you're going for. So with today's look, these easy glam curls, I really wanted it to be smaller curls. So that's why I went with a 1-inch iron. And I'm using my curling iron today almost as a wand. Instead of actually clamping it and turning it upwards, I'm taking the iron and I'm just wrapping my hair around it like a wand. And then when I get to the end, I like to tuck in the end so that it clamps. And that way I can kind of rest my arm for a second while I'm waiting for my hair to heat up. But I leave the tips of my hair out a little bit to give it more of a textured look so that it's not too bouncy looking, because when you curl the ends in completely, it gives it almost like a younger, bouncier looking effect. And I wanted it to be a little bit more textured, almost beachy type of style. So leaving the ends out, sometimes I leave even more of the ends out, and that would give you even more of a beachy textured kind of glam wave. But I wanted it to be a little bit bouncier, so I just did about a 1/2 inch, leaving it out. I don't run my fingers through it right away. I like to let it set and cool off before I do that. And when I take down the next section, I take it down in the back of my head. And that way, it kind of separates the straight hair from the curly hair. So I clip up my next section and then I pick up the hair from the back that I just took down, the straight parts. And then I flip the curls to the back. And this way you keep everything separate. You don't have to use a ton of clips. You can just, it's like a nice way to keep everything separate and out of your way. But that's how I'll do the next section. And I like to take about 1-inch sections. Some sections I take smaller because I want them to be a little bit more defined. And then some sections I take bigger sections because it's nice to give your hair a little bit of dimension with curls. That way they don't look too uniform and it gives it that lived in look. So that's definitely a nice trick. Making it a little bit dimensional with your curls always makes it so nice. When it comes to the heat of the iron, my hair, like I said, it holds a lot of humidity and I have a lot of thick hair. So I definitely use the heat setting all the way up, but I'm a professional, so I know how not to burn my hair. But if you have thinner hair or your hair is a little bit more damaged, maybe you've gotten a lot of color done, do not use the highest heat setting. I would start with half of the heat of what your iron allows and test it. So once you wrap your hair in the curling iron, give it a couple of seconds and tap your finger against the hair that you have wrapped around the iron. And once it's hot to the touch where your finger starts to burn as you're tapping it, then you have to take your hair out of the iron. That's how you're going to not burn your hair. But basically, my hair can hold a lot of heat. I don't do very much color on my hair. I just do glazes here and there. So I pretty much let my pieces sit for 10 seconds or so, 15 seconds. And sometimes I check it and sometimes I don't. My hair holds a curl, so I don't have to worry about really like letting it sit in the iron for too long. But like I said, if you want to avoid accidentally burning your hair, if you're not a professional, then you have to take into consideration the type of hair you have. Is it thin? Is it thick? Is it naturally straight? Is it naturally curly? And if you've colored it before, especially with lightener, then all of those changes the amount of heat you want to add to your hair. Like if you want to have the iron higher with the heat or lower with the heat. And then also how long you leave it on the iron, how many seconds you let your hair sit on the iron. So I would suggest starting with half of the heat, and then just like I said, tap your finger against it to see how fast your hair gets hot. So that's how you can really tell. But like I said, I leave mine for like around 10 seconds, and I don't really have to worry about damage because I don't do lightener on my hair, and I always use a heat protecting spray. I really love the Matrix conditioning. I forget what it's called, the Miracle Creator. That's my favorite one, and the Biolage coconut spray, and it's a 10. Those three, I love those because they do so much for your hair. They add shine, they are heat protecting. It's also a leave-in conditioner, so it really keeps your hair so nice and hydrated. I even like to spray these sprays in my hair when I'm not doing any heat on it, like just to live my life, you know, even if it's air dried or even if I'm throwing it up in a bun, like it's just so good for your hair to keep it nice and healthy. So definitely consider getting one of those moisturizing heat protecting sprays if you haven't. It literally works wonders, and that's how I'm able to keep my hair so nice and long and healthy. Another trick to note when you're doing these type of curls, when you're wrapping your hair around the barrel of the iron, you don't want to let your hair go. You want your hair to twist onto itself. You see, if you keep your fingers like the way that they are and just move your fingers down the strand of the hair as you're twisting it, your hair will actually like naturally twist itself onto the iron. Because if you let your hair go as you're wrapping it around the iron and it becomes more of like a ribbon curl, I'm trying to like explain it, but if you are not holding your hair tight as you're wrapping it and it doesn't twist onto the iron like that, it ends up becoming like a ribbon curl, like in the sense where you're going to look like a cheerleader, you know what I mean? So if you keep your fingers onto your hair and don't let it go and just let your hair twist around the iron like that, that's how you're going to get like that S-shape curl, and that's like the really beachy looking type of a glam curl. So that's just a suggestion. If you're finding that you're not getting that like really pretty S shape, then you might accidentally be letting your hair like twist around the iron in a flatter sense, like when you're twisting it around the iron and it's flattened against the iron, then you're going to get that ribbon curl. So keep it in your fingers really tight and then twist it around the iron, and you'll definitely get that really pretty S-shaped beachy curl. And I finally made it to the top of my head. And guys, as a hairstylist, it's not just you. It's hard to do your own hair always. And I always said that to my clients as well. Like, you could be doing such a good job on your hair, but it's just naturally harder to do your own hair because you're using a different set of muscles when you're doing your hair. For example, throughout my years of doing so many different clients' hair, when you're doing somebody else's hair, your hands and your arms are up in front of you and you're working on somebody in front of you, and those set of muscles are a lot different than the set of muscles you use when you're holding your hands and arms on top of your head or even behind your head. So it's just natural that your arms are going to kind of be like a bit exhausted as you're doing your own hair. So definitely take breaks if you have to. Sometimes I will just kind of rest my arms down a little bit as I'm curling my hair while it's heating up in the iron. I'll just kind of lower my elbows down and rest my elbows. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit harder to do your own hair because you're using a different set of muscles as you were to use if you were doing hair of somebody in front of you. So yeah, I always just would tell my clients that, like, don't worry if you feel like you're struggling doing your own hair, because it's not as easy to do your own hair as it is somebody else's hair, in my opinion at least. So take breaks if you need to, but this is how my curls turned out. And I love this light hairspray, this Paul Mitchell Easy, I think it's called Easy Clean. I'll list it in the description below, but it's my favorite hairspray because it keeps your hair so light and flexible, and it gives you a nice hold, but it doesn't look crunchy. It makes it look really lived in still, and your hair will move around really nice throughout the day. But this is how my easy glam curls turned out. It was really easy. I think I did this in like 10 minutes. This is a 10-minute curl routine, and It lasted all day. Like, it could last all day for you. It does depend on how straight your hair is naturally. My hair is naturally curly, so if that's the case for you, your hair will hold probably a lot better. But just use products like this Easy Clean light hairspray that I used. You can spray a ton in your hair and you won't even know it's in your hair. And if you want, you can add a serum to your hair and add a little bit of shine. I didn't in this look today because I wanted it to remain a bit textured and beachy looking, even though it's like glam curls. So I didn't want to add too much shine. I wanted it to stay like textured. But if you want it to be really shiny and really a lot more glam, you can add some serum to the ends. And this is the final look, and this was my outfit for the day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. I hope that you learned a lot of my tips and tricks. I have tons more, especially with different hairstyles and different curls. That's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.